Yo, what's up guys, Draconball here for another Dragonball Legends top 10 video. Pretty early in this season, like I most of the time do, but I think I have a round idea of where I would place some units for the end of January here. As always, I don't own every single character here on this list, so there will be units I can only judge based on fighting against them. Or seeing them in videos. But let's get started here. Starting normally, this time we're not starting here at number 1 because I think this time we have a lot more meta changes here. With number 10, I'm putting actually a specific free Daima Vegeta. With Buhan being the newest character here, obviously he gets hurt because that's a red character, and Buhan actually has a lot of key protection once he loses his third auto counter. We can quickly look at Buhan again here with his full unique gauge ability. Why he is in the release type. He has protect key uncancelable forever until his release type reaches 0. So once he has that, this Vegeta has basically 0 disrupt beside the main seal against Buhan. Obviously Buhan with the ultimate, I think he has buff removal somewhere too. So does he? Like somewhere he has buff removal, I'm pretty sure. Could be with his main ability, I forgot, but yeah, cancel enemy buff effects. But if you're catching this Vegeta, like for example on a sidestep, and then go for the ultimate, not only will this kill him because his type neutrality is gone, but this is an AoE damage. So using Vegeta is not the greatest necessarily right now, as well as Daima not being the greatest. He's not core on Daima, so he's a sub option on Saiyans right now. But he has some good tools that can help against Buhan for the fact that he's drawing so many blues. He can pretty much, if you hit Buhan type neutral with the blue card, he's taking quite some damage, and you can basically avoid his stupid counter gauge. Not counter, but his auto counters with blue cards. So this can help him obviously against I would say powerful opponents specifically. Sometimes he can maybe rush. That could be very nice. Overdrive type neutral could be good against Buhan. So I think he still has some value that he can bring, which is why it's number 10. But the fact that he's a sub option on Saiyans and the fact that he's not really core anywhere and he's a yellow character, this bumps him down quite a lot. But I think you can still, if you want to run this to you, it's just not really one of the better options in the game, but it's there for him. So Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Mini at number 10. Moving up to number 9 here, I have Purple Zamasu. I think with Red Buhan being now a new red powerful opponent that actually has good type neutral offensively sometimes and defensively for a long time, that's safer to use against Blue Gohan, there's a reason to run Purple Zamasu more. Powerful opponent is a team now that's usable. Regen is also a team that you can use, and Purple Zamasu fits there. So bringing here, I think his defenses are the only thing that are getting hurt quite a bit now. I mean, you even notice this with Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, and Ultra Zamasu didn't release that much later. I mean, if you're doing a stat comparison to these two guys, I think that you will notice that the defenses, in terms of damage guard numbers and everything, are not that far different. Yeah, if you look at the defenses here, similar defenses stats, I would say Vegeta's are even a bit higher, and then the damage guard numbers with 210 here. Maybe Ultra Zamasu is a bit more to turn the fear. I think with unique gauge he gets additional or something. Oh yeah, he has 2 first hit activation. Yeah, full gets 230 here. I think okay, maybe slighter defenses than higher defenses than Vegeta, but not by a lot. So I think you will notice a bit defensively issues with this Zamasu. If you're fighting Sun Family with Gohan and Namigoku, a lock-in could still be an issue for you, even with Android 13. This is one of the main reasons this guy fell off, because with you running these two together, a lot of his anti-lock-in abilities get rid of by Gohan, and then Namigoku can just kill him sometimes. So this is still a thing. Not as much more anymore, because Sun Family is not the main team you're facing, obviously. Technically, this Vegeta can still hurt this guy sometimes as well, especially with the blue cards. If you're not type neutral, this guy could take a lot of damage, but overall, I think he's back into the meta, definitely, and does decently here. Maybe the spot is a bit too low for him. It actually could be that he is a bit higher, but I haven't seen him that much yet. This is the problem when I do this video that early, but yeah. But I'm putting him at number 9. 7 is probably the highest I could go with him, but I'm not sure about that one. Again, a lot of units that could hurt him offensively as well. So at number 8, I'm putting Android 13 here. This is a thing where you could maybe swap even Zamasu with Android 13. Again, powerful opponent is back into the meta, so Android 13 has a reason to be used together with Buhan to give Buhan more damage, more healing. Buhan doesn't have the second life mechanic, so him healing back up is one of the more important things. And then you're running, for example, you can run this trio. I think this is one of the better setups for Buhan. It's between this and then maybe, for example, these 3 you could run, I think, or like this to buff these two. So Android 13 has a bit of value back again, and yeah, no, Super Saiyan 4 Goku can obviously stop this guy's combos, for example, but it's not like he doesn't provide anything for the team. Again, my biggest reason was like he needed a better team option with powerful opponent like Fusion Zamasu. Both Fusion Zamasus were not that good anymore. Janemba wasn't the greatest right now anymore, so this guy needed a better team now, and with Buhan, powerful opponent, or like a movies with Buhan team, it's now possible to run Android 13 again, and he's doing fine. Obviously defensively, especially against the green units, is an issue, but I think this is okay for him. Also could be a case where he's maybe spot too low, but I wouldn't go higher than this. But again, he's back in the meta, he brings some value. This list is basically a thing of most of the units. If you're working with the best units in the game, you have some kind of position in this top 10 here. And these characters do that here, so these two more than this Vegeta does, and they have a better color, I would say, which is why I'm putting them over him. Okay, but let's move to number 7, where I will say this right now, you guys will not agree with me when I'm doing this, but I'm putting Gogeta at number 7. Why do I do that? And I will say the highest I would go for him is 6, but not higher than that. Okay, why do I putting Gogeta so low? My first reason is teams. It's not that he doesn't have any team could be run, it's mostly the fact that he's not core in any team that he's on. We have movies, fusions, Sun Family, technically Saiyans. Okay, look at fusions, not a team right now. Okay. Movies, also not really a team. I mean, you could maybe run these two with Orange Piccolo if you want to, but that's the only team I can think of where I could call Gogeta the core unit there. But, okay, then we look at Sun Family. This Goku is there. Why would I run him over this Goku? You wouldn't. And Saiyans is basically the same thing with, now that we are getting, it's no reason to run him there over, for example, Gohan or some other units. And the bigger issue now is he is off the boost system. So Gogeta has always been a very more glass cannon character, I would say, outside of movies especially, because less damage guard. Great offensive character, but defensively he doesn't help you a lot. Post-fusion, to make that very clear. Pre-fusion, you have still your disrupt, but once you fuse, you can't really count on Gogeta stopping combos for you. Or tanking a combo. Like, Janemba could one-combo this guy. And now he's off boost system, which doesn't really hurt his offensiveness really, but it's especially the defensive things that hurts him more, which makes him more glass cannon than he is now. And I don't see really a team that I would run where I would consider Gogeta to be a must run. He's a great second option for the teams he's on, but he's not the main unit on the team. And again, Sun Family, with him especially having lower defense, like what do you want? The Endurance Stone on entry with good damage, or this guy with better damage, better combo stopping, and the rush save? I'm taking Goku 10 out of 10 times. So that's for Saiyans and for Sun Family. And then Gogeta is okay. Maybe movies? Second option on Sun Fam if you don't have this Goku. I don't see a lot of reasons to run this guy. It doesn't mean that he's bad. I think he can still do great offensively and everything, but I think with off boost and the team options where I consider him to be the run character that you need to run, I don't see him putting him like a top 4, top 5 anymore. I just don't. And with more units getting a bit more relevancy in comparison to last time, where it's just basically the top 5 and nothing else, I don't see a reason to put Gogeta higher than this. Number 6 is the highest I would go. 5 is maybe the highest I would go, because I would say the 5 to 7 spot is probably the thing where most people will look at it and be like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. And you're probably right. Maybe you are, okay? I'm not saying that I'm the definitive answer here, but this is where I'm gonna put him. Number 7 here. And then I'm moving at number 6. We would disagree with this because Gogeta's number 7. I'm putting Namek Goku at number 6. The main reason why I'm putting Namek Goku over Gogeta is because I would consider him more core Sun Family than Gogeta is. Because if you're running Sun Family, you're obviously running Gohan. You're obviously running this guy. And then you could run Gogeta for the offensive reasons, but you have a bit of a more, let's just say, vulnerable mode team because you don't have a lot of second life mechanics unless you're running, for example, like Sun Family specifically. In order this guy to get endurance, you would have to run this Goku. Sun Family specific, not Sun Family with Leader Stone. Or because with this guy this would be GT with Leader Stone Gohan. But on Sun Family specifically, either you're running this guy to give endurance, or you're running Namek Goku, because otherwise you don't have protection for this guy, potentially. So he's more core on Saiyans / Sun Family. More so Sun Family than Saiyans. Saiyans, you could argue these two with Gogeta, but on Sun Family, he's more core than this guy is. And I know, yeah, Buhan, Red, strongest offensive character here with the highest damage in the game, and he's yellow. But he at least has some qualities I would say can help him against Buhan or survive against Buhan. Once he gets in type neutral, it's for 25 time accounts uncancelable. So you could be sometimes fine against Buhan because you have a long time of type neutral. That's the first thing. The second thing is Buhan doesn't have a second life mechanic, and he doesn't have a mechanic specifically against lock-ins. So if your enemy team like with Buhan doesn't have like a good way to stop a lock-in rush by this guy, you could potentially lock and kill Buhan. That's still a thing. So I see some values for Namek Goku that can help. Against the percent 4 Goku, he's still good with his lock-in rush. This is also good. Like, he brings some stuff to the table where I'm like, okay, I consider this guy slightly above Gogeta. Not by a lot. They are both terrible defensively. Like, Buhan, like, if they're both type neutral, Buhan is gonna destroy these two guys very similarly. So, I don't really see, like, obviously with these not type neutral, Buhan can hurt this guy, but Also, at some point, he can be type neutral offensively as well. Like, he still has his AoE greens, which can help. The fainting against other characters besides Buuhan is also helpful. So this is why I'm considering Namegoku over him. It's not by a lot. But yeah, this is, in my opinion, Namegoku at number 6 here. Gets hurt because obviously he's a yellow character. And then we're moving to number 5, which I also think people would not really agree to this here, but I'm picking Piccolo actually at number 5. I think Buuhan and Orange Piccolo together are a must run if you're running Buuhan, because you need Gohan protection. He's the best green to work with Buuhan, unless you're doing some kind of triple these guys leader slot shenanigans, which I don't think you're gonna do. No reason to run double reds, but the fact that he is more of a core unit on region or movies with Buuhan leader slot team, whatever. Like most of the teams with Buuhan consider Orange Piccolo, which is why I'm considering core in this team and a bit more necessary to run than I would say these guys are. To a bit. It's not by a lot. Obviously, I think Gogeta and Namegoku bring in better individual things, but Gogeta has more defensive issues. This guy has issues against Buuhan, and this guy works with him while also having the best color in the game, which is green, because again, so far we have one purple here. His damage is quite good, actually. My biggest issue with this guy is definitely is Kavano, because it's reliant on you getting hit, which if you are, especially pre-revival with no blast armor, you're either cover changing or you're getting tap attack before, and otherwise you're not getting Kavano at all, which is annoying. But the fact that he has the sub-comp reduction, this means against rushes that are not in a locked-in, you can switch this guy in, because I'm pretty sure Buuhan lowers sub-counts against big moves. Yeah, sub-counts -5, so Orange Piccolo, you can basically switch this guy in. He's providing green cards, which is also very nice with his pre-revival. If you're using a blue, you're forced throwing a green, which is helpful for the team. He has a team heal, I think, on the main ability as well, which is nice. And post-revival, he does quite a bit of damage. His Kavano is done a bit better because you can use blast armor to get, Kavano. And yeah, I think he's doing fine. Again, he could be too high, but I would say this is the range I would put him. Like, these three are, in my opinion, in the 5 to 7 range. So if you want to swap this around, I think you could, but I'm personally putting Orange Piccolo. I see Orange Piccolo as a more necessary unit than Gogeta is because of Regen. If Gogeta was this unit, that would be like needed with Buuhan. Different story, but for better defenses, survivability, having a revival, which no one can cancel yet. Yeah, I see the helpfulness and I see the damage he does. Yeah, I think Orange Piccolo is my top 5 here. You can disagree if you want, obviously, but this is what I'm gonna do here. And then at number 4, I'm putting Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. He is probably the best character to help against the outer counters against Buuhan because of his no combo break ability with full unique gauge. His switch attack is also chip damaging against Buuhan, so this is also very nice. He is still considered to be ran with Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so this is really good. Biggest issue probably for him is his defenses at this point, because he can get hurt quite a bit by Buuhan, especially if this guy pops a green and then goes for strike attacks, switch attacks with full build up, not switch attacks, overdrives with full build up. He could potentially kill this guy. But I think he provides still the damage, the abilities that he has, and the fact that he's ran with Super Saiyan 4 Goku to be considered number 4 here. I wouldn't put him lower, wouldn't necessarily. I would definitely not put him higher. This is the highest he goes. I wouldn't put him lower than these two guys because again, he's more necessary to be ran with Super Saiyan for Goku, but than any of these two are. His color isn't the worst. Gohan is there, but that's the only new unit you really have to worry about. Yeah, keeping it at number 4. I'm not gonna put him lower. The lowest he would be for me would be a switch with Piccolo, but I think top 4 Piccolo is a bit crazy. So, yeah. Vegeta at number 4, not 3. Number 4, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Top 3, I'm picking Gohan for this. Offensively, he's really great. Nothing against this, but I think there are some things that are... now obviously the fact that he's red and he has to deal with Gohan is probably the biggest problem for him. He has type neutrality with his auto counter coming into the blue cards. The first 2 blue cards I think are type neutral. Should be somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, blue card. 3 times actually. Okay. And on this main ability he gets type neutral for 5 time count. So if you use the auto counter, you force rolling 2 times the blue card, you can use them to be type neutral, and the third blue card you ever use is also type neutral. Thing is, if you, for example, running the triple these 3 guys, and let's just say you're using Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta to trigger this guy's auto counter. You switch into Gohan, you use the buff removal, and he will tank this because it's not type neutral anymore. So his type neutralities are all cancelable, so this is a thing. And then once he doesn't have a type neutral offensively anymore, he's not a big threat necessarily to Gohan. He's obviously doing damage against Gohan, not gonna say he doesn't, but it's not like he has like this, I'm gonna drop this blue card and he's gonna die immediately necessarily because type neutral cancelling, and he runs out of type neutral at some point. And the next thing is, again, there are things to, I would say, avoid this guy, especially like before he gets his release type, he's not type neutral defensively at all. And what could happen, which is, if that happens, that's unfortunate. You're not immune against blue cards. So Gohan could catch you in a sidestep and blue card you with the damage he has, and this guy would get hurt a lot. And this is something I need to check because I'm not sure about this. So he has subcoordination against blues, which is nice for him. If he didn't have that, this would be a bigger problem. But quickly on Orange Piccolo, because I really don't know anyone. Does he have subcoordination against no, only Rising Rushers. Okay, so could be a thing that if he uses a blue card and he can't switch to anybody else, it could be a bit of an issue. So that's the thing. Before this release type, he doesn't have type neutral defensively. You could get hit by Gohan and take quite a lot of damage because his defenses are not like crazy. They're good, but not crazy. You can get hit by blue cards. You can get rushed if you're not careful. Like, he's out of every ultra, like of the top 3, he has no second life mechanic. So he can get rushed if you're making a mistake with this guy. And I would say if you're killing him on regions with powerful opponent, I don't know if you can win anymore necessarily. So he has some vulnerability as well as having the best blue character in the game on his neck. But he's definitely top 3. He's not, like, top 3 is very safe with this guy being there. He's not gonna be lower than this. This is non-negotiable. The top 3 units in the game are obvious. There's no negotiation on this. But yeah, Bulan is pretty good. I'm not gonna say he's good. Like, he unfortunately doesn't bring the stuff I was hoping for to the meta, because we wanted to get rid of these 2. Yeah, but the endurance low on his green card is also very good because this helps against these 2 GT Ultras. And yeah, again, I think he's a good character. He's bringing back powerful opponent, he's bringing back regen, so big W for this. But top 3 is the highest I'm gonna put him. So now to the top 2 units in the game. I cannot decide on this. But I'm gonna make this time this a 1A, 1B between Gohan and Goku. Goku gets hurt by Buhan because he has Endurance Null on his green card, which is very important. And at some point, if you're getting rid of all his buff removals, and this guy goes for an ultimate or something, this guy could obviously do quite a bit of damage. But yeah, with the Endurance Null on green cards means you can use some green, then some strike and blast cards, go for an overdrive and potentially kill this guy. So this guy gets hurt by Buhan. Gohan gets value because of Buhan, because more reason to run this guy to be protected against Buhan. Gohan is still the highest damaging character, the second highest damaging character in the game. Like, he has like 450% damage, and with building up his cards, he could be on the same level as Buhan. Buhan has the base highest damage, but he doesn't get any more extra buffs for using strikes or blasts, but Gohan does. So Gohan can get higher damage than Buhan. I would say he's a better team than Buhan is. I think if you're comparing teams, they have basically a better team. Like, you're running these two guys together. Buhan doesn't work with these two guys. They work together on a team. Like, you can build a team of these top 4 units here, and Buhan is relying on Orange Piccolo and then one of these two. So when it comes to teams, I think they do better. I think at this point this is a really shareable spot here. I think that whoever gets hurt the most in the next release is gonna be considered number 2 character. And before anyone wants to say, okay, Orange Piccolo is here, he hurts Gohan. Obviously as a green unit, yes, but he has no buff removal, so Gohan can just cards, blue card, hit him hard. Not much Orange Piccolo is doing against this. Pre-revival, post-revival, you could say, okay, but he has this disrupt on full unique gauge, and then it would be like, okay, but what if Gohan gets an AoE green first and then blast, strikes, blue card. He's immune against this, so then also all the other greens we've got so far, besides this Goku, don't really hurt this guy, because they don't really stop him necessarily. Like, Gohan gets still getting cards, still getting his stupid key and everything against any other green unit besides this guy. So yeah, keeping in shared here is number 1 and 2 here. I don't know which I would put over. Again, if we're getting another character, for example, if we're getting a new green character, then I would say Goku is back to number 1. If you're getting a purple character, I actually think Gohan would be better. But yeah, I'm gonna keep this shared here, and then we're gonna do the honorable mentions characters here. GT Super Saiyan 3 Goku, in my opinion, still the number 11 spot, because you can make an argument for being ran on GT, giving the support, green card immunity. Obviously defensively he has the biggest issues right now, which is why he's not on the top 10 here, but he provides good value as a third option against other Gohan teams, dynamic Gokus with AoE green stability. Goku and hits. They are the most unfortunate release, I would say, of Legends Fest 2025. Not Janemba, it's actually them. Because this is the perfect example of Legends needs to look at their main team, think about what team, how they want to build the team before they release the character. Look at how many Sun Family units we got here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, technically 7. So many Sun Family characters are here on the list, technically speaking. And it's like, they're competing with so many units on Sun Family. They need to be good on Universe Rep. The Universe Rep team needs to be good. It needs to be a team that where you're like, okay, this is where I'm running Goku and Hit. This is where I want to run Goku and Hit. This is their team. I don't need to run them on Sun Family. But because they fumbled this team so bad in terms of coloring, the synergy with the team, like Evo, UI, and these guys are not a good team composition. They didn't make Evo good enough. This is more of a blast-based build even. Why make Goku hit even strike-based? I never understood that. It makes no sense. It makes no sense that they are red, purple. I get they want to have red for protection against Evo, but why purple then? Make them green, red. Green, red. Because they need protection against Gohan. Gohan is tearing everybody on Universe Rep apart. Everybody. And if you're switching out of Evo and you're like in the Goku side and this guy is nuking him, everybody here is nuking their team of Universe Rep, and then they are like, okay, Saiyan, Sun Family, why would I run them on Saiyans or Sun Family? Over Gohan, over Namegoku, over everybody. Like, this is such an unfortunate release with these guys, because they don't have a team. They simply don't. If they had a proper team where people would consider them, okay, this is where I want to run them, they would be top 10. But they don't have that at all. Universe Rep is in the mud. They are not Corn Saiyans, they're not Corn Sun Family at all. They're not making the top 10. Last time it was because most of the units were whatever anyway, but I see value with every other character here more than I see with these guys right now. So yeah, Goku hit, not making the list here. UI at this point also getting hurt by obviously Boo, as well as I don't see anywhere to run. Again, same thing with Universe Rep, and on Saiyan / Sun Family. Why would I run it over Namegoku? Why would I run it over even this guy? He's not sniping really anybody right now in the meta. It's not worth to run this guy. Vegeta lacks a really good team that he's core. The same with these guys, for example. And you don't want to run double reds, for example, so it's not really an option. He's an individual good character, but he lacks a team to be really ran on. And then we have the Daima units, which are all like, Daima isn't good enough, so they don't fit anywhere. Like, this is Daima. Forgot about Tamagami actually. I don't think I have Tamagami on the list last time. I think a Zenkai is okay. It's fine, but it wasn't enough to make Daima like a top 5 team in the game, I think. Like, if this team was actually really good, then they would make the list even, but I don't really see Daima that often, and they don't cooperate with any of these units. Like, he's relying on 2 Daima units. He is core on Daima, otherwise you're not really running this guy necessarily. Like these two, I think these are must run, and then you're riding either this guy or maybe this guy even. Like, they are okay. I'm not saying Daima's a bad team, but it's not good enough to compete. And also, if you're gonna ask me about the equipment, where I think they really messed up with these two guys is the unique equipment. I'm gonna show you guys what I mean where they messed up, in my opinion, because it was, the more I thought about it, the more I realized it was really unnecessary to do. Where is it? Is this unique equipment for these guys? Yeah, this here. 30% to own damage guard when 3 battle members are tagged Daima. You would normally think, oh yeah, we want to make sure they run on Daima. This is a great ability, and then the more you think about it, it's just like, okay, let's go over these 2 units. Not over the kid, but just quickly, this guy. He gets indestructible on Daima teams, a full Daima team, not just one Daima ally, a full Daima team. So people would rather have this, care more about having the indestructible than the damage guard. People are gonna run this guy on Daima anyway because he needs to, otherwise he isn't really good enough. Why would I run him over Gohan if he doesn't have indestructible? The answer is you don't. Simple. So the restriction on this equip doesn't really matter for this guy. Then they look at Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, where it's like, okay, so additional 20% ultimate inflicted per Daima or attack Vegeta Clan battle members other than his character party. So his ultimate gets stronger with Daima and Vegeta Clan characters. So he's a Daima and Vegeta Clan character. Real? You don't say! And then you make this. This right there is hurting only Vegeta. It doesn't help Vegeta, it hurts Vegeta more, because he is a Daima / Vegeta Clan character. You gave him Vegeta Clan buffs in his fucking kit. So if you're making this, then you incentivize him to be less one on Vegeta Clan. it doesn't matter for this guy because he gets indestructible for full Dynamite team and he needs it anyway. But this guy didn't need that restriction. So, simply said, this is a fumble because it hurts Vegeta for no reason. Great work, Legends. You fought this through, really. Anyway, yeah, this is my top 10. Sorry for the little rant about this equipment, but I was just annoyed when I realized this because it's like, Vegeta Clan, man, we don't get a lot of units anyway, just let us have this, man. But let me know what you guys think about this top 10, especially, I would say, the top 5 to 7 is where I would like your opinion the most. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.